Hello everyone, this is Maffuman coming at you with a StarCraft Star Battle. We have a 6-on-6 ship-building action game between Asian Killer as a carrier, Sid as a guardian. We got Shiz and E coming in as a Colossus, Power Lord as a battlecruiser, and we got Forester Dude as a frigate. I'm going to change the team colors. Sorry about that, guys. Because that was the blue side. This is the red side. We got Kent Mulberry coming in as a Raven. Raven went for Seeker Missile. We got Red Dog as a Colossus. We got Thrung coming in as a Leviathan. Quite Gone, the battlecruiser. Poodle, the Arbiter who has feedback, and Ghetto SC, the Overlord who has Plague. So each one of the support ships opened up with some fancy ability, which is relatively normal, and it looks like, well, happily, the Leviathan started off with tentacles. He just went for the basically farming build. He really wants to build up a good supply of money to get really good in the late game, but that kind of happens with the support ships. Basically, in the beginning, they could go for something that goes for farm, but they tend to get some ability because their abilities are, you know, kind of the defining characteristic. But that does sort of let them not have as good farming ability. Oh, we got Power Lord in the wrong place, but that's okay. E was pushed back. Here's a Colossus shield tank. There's actually, now that I'm looking at it, there's nothing to heal on the blue side, and there are 3 support ships on the red side. Oh, we got Power Lord, still a little bit out of position, but at full health. He went for shields. Okay, he went for shields and some speed. Let's see if he goes for like a nuke or something. It might not be the best move to go for right now, because there's 1, 2, where are you? 3 ships that could potentially drain energy, 4 ships that could drain energy, potentially. Only one of them, Poodle, is actually doing it. He opened up with feedback, but it is risky if you go for the nuke. 1, all those ships are kind of quick, and then 2, if you get feedback and your energy is gone, then you can't do it anyway. We got Seeker Missile from the Raven. Seeker Missile, it does missile that chases this target, has enough fuel for 15 seconds, up to 25-30 area damage. And you can upgrade how long it's attacking for, like how long it chases you for. After like the first 2 upgrades, it's basically just a guaranteed damage. You'd have to run away, and most of the time they just say, screw it, I take the damage. Oh, perfect shot from Ghetto, getting both Power Lord and E. He has the hardened shields, but that's not doing anything because it's ignoring shields and just going for the base health. Red Dog getting a little bit pushed by Shiz. The red team was able to push the blue back into their base, but the numbers up here are still relatively even. Blue is pushing back. E. Oh, Quake-On is taking damage from a very early plasma barrage. If he gets a second shot off, I mean, he almost could, and that really might take him out. At least definitely pushed him back. Definitely pushed him back. But now with 2 people, both Poodle and Kent Mulberry, transferring shields or recharging shields with energy, he's gonna be fine. But it did push them back. Got another Plague off from the red side. Let's see. We got a feedback coming in. So the blue side is wants to push. They want to use their kind of beefiness to kind of just muscle their way through, but it's hard to do that when you get your energy drained and when you have the fancy abilities. But they're not out yet. Yes, they don't have a support ship. It's very easy to think that in these MOBA style games there's a quote late game that you like after what 10 minutes it just magically all supports become overpowered. I don't necessarily see it that way, because let's look at this. The Colossus, the Overlord went for Plague. He went for a fancy ability. He has nothing else. He has some speed. He has like the minimum amount of speed that you're supposed to get. and he doesn't have farm, he doesn't have range, he doesn't have anything else. He has like some energy. Raven's doing a little bit better. He did go back and start off with, he started off with a secret missile, but then he upgraded some lasers to basically try to get out of the financial hole that he started. Secret will help. Quite gone. Let's see. Saying he went for the nuke, which, you see, nuke on this side makes more sense because we got 1 slow ship, we got 2 slow ships, 3 slow ships, 4 slow ships. Theoretically, you can catch anybody who's about 1.81 speed, and none of them are. Yeah, zero people are at 1.81 speed. So the nuke can definitely push people back. He's a little bit out of position, but there's very little. There's some burst damage with that secret missile, but there's very little sustained damage. That's kind of the job of, let's see, who's actually supposed to be doing missile damage? Probably, I guess just the one BC who went for nuke. So if he went for nuke, he also doesn't have very much sustained damage. He has a burst damage. He has a big old bomb, and that's about all. Really, the sustained damage comes from thermal lance on this Colossus and from antimatter missiles, which are upgraded. His lasers aren't, though. Kind of a trade-off. They actually do a little bit more damage versus shields, which is kind of lovely, and especially lovely because you got 2 big shield tanks. Now, of course, they're the same ship, so like their missiles are doing extra damage versus shields as well. But they have a few fewer, what's it called? People who they can, who that really matters with, because they have 2 Zerg ships. Blue side is pushing them back, as they kind of have to. Asian Killer actually went for Tempest. Now that's probably actually a good idea. Okay, so I don't like first upgraded Tempest. It kills me. Let's see, where is Asian Killer? Kind of over here, buddy. He's trying to farm. He actually, it's not even the first upgrade. It's actually his second upgrade. It is a little bit later into the game, but he has Plasma Surge and he has Tempests. So you know what he doesn't have? Energy. You require more energy. He has 54 right now of 225 because his Plasma Barrage takes up energy. These Tempests, which are about to get got, maybe. I guess they survive. Cost 225. So if they were killed right there, he would be he'd be pretty assed out. He can't actually do anything because he doesn't have the energy. Sometimes I think this is the right move to get when you want to sustain damage, when you want to put pressure. Tempests are fantastic against support ships in the sense that most support ships don't have missiles. They don't have what's it called? Very much health to take damage. They really don't have, most of them don't have interceptors except for the Overlord. They basically are guaranteed to take damage if you're gonna get anywhere close to the Tempest. It's the job of like Star-Lord to move in. He is coming in. Oh no, sorry, that was a misclick. Power Lord is actually on the blue side. He's not defecting, which is kind of cool. If you could defect, I'm sure everybody would at some point. I would. I know I would. Let's see, we got Get OSC now having to retroactively start farming again with his Energy Blast up a little bit, his Mutalisks up a little bit. But compare that to, let's say, I mean, he has 2 lasers and many missiles. Let's see, 2 lasers and the interceptors. Probably the best farmer over here is the Guardian, as kind of usual. Needle spines, doing damage. Oh, that's a blackout on the Power Lord, on the frigate and the battle cruiser. They are kind of saved a little bit by being in the Dark Swarm. Will they get they're going to get pushed back. They're probably not going to get killed unless a couple more secret missiles come in. He has to run away. He's at 1.82 speed, so he's kind of like keeping pace with the missile. Oh, they do splash damage though. So guys, all together now. Little communism on that damage. Let's see. And a perfect plague. The red side doesn't have very much sustained damage. They have some burst damage. They have cool abilities like blackout. But they really don't have the ability to keep on doing damage. They have the ability to got a couple really good burst damage is down, but keeping it up is the issue. The people who are supposed to be the damage sustainers, one of them went for nuke. Oh, and then we have some we have some tanks. The tanks, kind of by definition, are there to tank instead of doing the damage. Although, what's it called? Certainly they can. With actually nobody who is draining energy. Yeah, Power Lord doesn't have. Is Power Lord? Yeah, he doesn't have a lockdown. I think that might be the best thing that he could do at this point. Because it really is going to be an energy war. He has missile pods, which is a strange choice. Does he think that there's a carrier or something that he's missing? Am I like totally blind to it? No. I think he just got it for area damage, but it doesn't do much against capital ships. It only does 125 plus 475, 600 damage, which is something, but it's not great. It's really designed, I mean, I guess for like farming, sure, if he wants to farm with it. If he wants to defend, not so much. We got Red Dog getting his, what's it called? Corrosive Acid, armor reduced. It reduces armor on both the plating and the shields. He, a little bit overextended, but he does have no energy anymore. He got feedbacked. Colossus without energy are really just giant blimps. Red side moving back. The Tempests are moving in slowly, so they're all kind of protecting. Let's see. Sid coming in with some acid. He's a really heavy damage dealer. Oh, we're gonna push on the E. Now, does he have enough speed? He probably does not. He might get nuked, and nuke also has an area of effect damage, guys. Watch out, we got the... Boom goes the dynamite. E is taken out. Power Lord has to kind of run away. Shiz is using his hardened shields, but will that be enough? If Red Dog stays on him... Oh, he doesn't have enough energy. I think he was using his energy too much on the other guys, and just really couldn't... He might be able to push 1900 health left. He will make it back to base, but if there was another thermal lance, he probably would have been taken out. He just didn't have the energy for it at the time. We got Thuong getting shot down a little bit by these Tempests, which are upgraded, but you see, the thing is, interceptors at this point are good. They're fine. But the energy is just not there. He's upgraded his Tempests. That's cool. I don't know if he will ever go back to Plasma Barrage, if that's ever going to be used again, because the main focus now is the Tempests, because yes, Tempests are great against things that can't really attack them from range, don't really have the interceptors. So they are the thing that people care about. And he's just overtaxed. He bought 2 fancy abilities. And that... It's very tempting to say, okay, to think of it kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Okay, I see this guy. Well, this ability is good against these people. And this ability is be good against that one. It doesn't... Sometimes you kind of want to stay with the thing that you are really good for. Another feedback on Forestry, dude. Red side having to move back a little bit. We got the red team turning back. They are ahead in farm because they've been up at the base a lot and they're up a person, but they don't want to die, right? It's very easy in this game to overcommit, to make a really weirdly bad turn by yourself, and to possibly take damage. Oh, and there's a blackout on everything except for Sid. It hit him, it's just that the blackout doesn't do anything against Zerg ships. Power Lord easily taken out by Red Dog. The blackout only affects mechanical units, not biological ones. There we go, we see, proving me wrong, we see a upgraded Plasma Barrage. Whoa, the nuke does hit on Shiz. It only pretty much did shield damage because there's just so many shields, but you still had to push him back. And this happens pretty often. Leviathans, because they can infield upgrade usually, they get a little bit, like, independent. They want to stay up and farm. They want to stay up and farm. They have, hey, man, I have lots of health. I'm fantastic at farm. Look at this. One-shotting with my tentacles. But then if they get caught off guard, they're at half life, thinking that, oh, I'll just heal up because I automatically do that. And it's very easy to get to like have the entire team wanting to edge back and getting out of there, and the Leviathan saying, no, I'm okay, I'm just gonna hang out up there by myself. And sometimes that can catch the can be the demise of many Leviathan players. They get a little bit too independent. He doesn't have infield upgrades. That's an odd one. Usually that's like the first thing you get, but he went for 5 tentacles, so he couldn't have done both. Maybe he'll get it now. The Tempests automatically move. They see the little red line. It's not a nuke. It's the little Tempest saying, "Hey, I'm basically auto-programming to go all the way to your base. It's just that our stop to shoot any large ships in the meantime." Carriers, interceptors, only at 13, and 13 I guess is enough to survive the Thermal Lance, which has 125 health, and they had 60. What was it? 66 plus 66, so just a little bit more than 125. That's good to know, actually. Maybe carriers should make sure that they get their interceptors at least to 36 to upgrade 13. That way, if there's a Thermal Lance, it doesn't automatically kills them. It just makes them extremely weak. Good to know. We got a dog barking. We have Red Dog moving in. He's chrono boosted, so he gets energy quicker. He also can attack quicker. He can move quicker. But the most fun thing that he's doing is restoring energy a little bit faster. Because Thermal Lance is like his bread and butter, and if he can keep on doing that, he has 700, so he's going to have enough for a lot of Thermal Lance. And if he gets, chrono boosted, he can do it even more. Basically, just like burning down everything. Agent Killer Tempests, they're doing damage, but they're only at 7. Interceptors, doing damage only at 16. Now they're upgraded a little bit. So basically, he kind of went for like, instead of one ability being extremely good, he went for a couple abilities being pretty good. He kind of did the opposite of what I do when I used to play Pokemon. I used to have like a level 50 Charizard and like a level 20 everything else. Because I just didn't like my other Pokemon. I had the one that I liked, and that was all I needed. If you switching your Pokemon character is for losers, obviously. Let's see. That's why I was no good at Pokemon. Anyway, we got Plasma Barrage trying to push back, but there were just so many shields. And there's also 2 people who can recharge shields. Colossus are really good when there's somebody who can help them maintain. Because shields don't take as much damage, but they recharge very quickly. And when you have somebody helping you recharge, it's just extra good. We got Shiz, the opposite. He doesn't have anybody who can heal him, so he's kind of just getting a little bit countered all over the place. He can't have anybody recharge his shields. He's getting feedbacked. Let's see. So he has to kind of go back, heal, hope that he can catch somebody off guard. Let's see. Oh, he's sending out his 7 intercept upgraded wraiths, and I think they might be cloaked. It's kind of hard to tell. Cloaked wraiths are kind of cute. Normally, you can usually tell if a person is new in the game, if their ship stops, if they don't have upgrades, and if they worry about interceptors. Most ships, if they have interceptors are relatively just there to farm. Except the carriers, obviously. They have the exact opposite of almost everybody else in the game. Interceptors are supposed to be their kind of like main way of doing damage or sustaining damage. Shiz, come on, move on back. It's just a one-on-one match, but you can't take him if you don't have energy. He doesn't have as much as he usually does because he's been using it so much. But look, he out of 700 kept on using it to the point Thermal Lance, he almost kind of like killed Shiz just one-on-one. But getting back to interceptors, The Overlord tends to get a lot of interceptors as well because they have the ability to. He doesn't. I don't think he has it, but they can shoot out all of their interceptors at once. And frigates can what's it called? They can cloak them. Cloaked wraiths are great. They see they're flying around. They're not being shot. They won't. Oh no, those are mutalisks. They won't be shot until they attack. So they automatically get a little bit more damage. Tempest at 11, pushing forward. Yeah. Now they're getting a little bit scary. The first couple upgrades on Tempest really aren't very helpful until they get to about level 7, level 11. You know, then they're starting to do 360. Let's see, Sid having to try to push. Blue side moving up. We got red team retreating. All is one. Yay! Come on, team togetherness. That's cute. Although, yeah. We have the entire team moving. So let's see, what can Blue do to get back from here? Because I don't like to think that at any point it's just, whoever has the most support ships. Yes, there are definitive advantages, and I think you do want to have some type of balance, but it's not entirely over. Like, look at these missiles. If they get anybody a little bit off guard, these missiles can really start to punish people. Sid is getting punished though. He has full energy on his. Red Dog has full energy. I think what Sid is doing, he's trying to do the missile trick where you stay close enough to not be attacked. But I think that only works against frigates and battlecruisers. And Sid is going to be taken out, even though he's just trying to use as many abilities as he can. So much energy on the Colossus. 775. Like, he can just keep on thermal lancing and keep on hardening his shield and keep on recharging his shield. That there's now the Colossus is a real proper tank. In the beginning, they start off a little bit wimpy. Their shields are good, but you know, not great. At the end, now he's taken 18.5 armor on this, and he has 12,000 life. Varsity dude's actually tapping out and just saying GG. It's a little preemptive, but probably not entirely wrong. GG's all around, actually, which is nice. We have, what's it called? We have Red Dog's Phantom going up. It's actually created by Poodle, and it's just there to kind of like distract and take damage. You actually can't tell which is which unless they're not doing damage, and if they're dying quicker. So you have to kind of be aware of it. You can detect as well, but if you don't have detect, that's the best way of doing it without detect. Red Dog getting defensive matrix. Shiz trying to push, but he keeps on getting his energy drain to keep him on. He doesn't have anybody to heal him, so he has to kind of do damage and come back. And we have a Leviathan going for Frenzy, and he might be able to just push because he does double the damage. So he's doing double 52 plus 52. He doesn't have very much health though, so the defensive matrix does save him. Really. Oh, unless it runs out, and he is almost... Oh, he's taken out! He is taken out. Asian Killer coming in with the Plasma Barrage upgraded, so he keeps on shooting. Leviathan, man, they die for a long time. They just kind of like wiggle until they burn up. Let's see. Asian Killer. He has his Tempest upgraded, doing 500 damage now. Missiles are doing fantastic. You know, they just keep on doing damage. I mean, you can feedback him all you like. The only thing that he's really using feedback for is his afterburners, which are 50, making him go, you know, move a little faster, shoot a little faster, and his Ripwave warheads, which do cost 55 energy per shot, but are usually worth it. And basically, what the Ripwave warheads do is area of effect damage, right? So he can hit these targets while he's shooting those targets. And let's say the Raven, who has like every ability in the book except for PDD, point defense drone, if he goes for PDD, then the Farshad Druid's missiles can go through because if they're in Ripwave Warhead form. Essentially, it costs energy, but it does push through a lot of defensive abilities. The Warp Prism, the tower was taken out. Sheer amount of damage in this now 5-2. We have Asian Killer staying through. Actually, so you can't. He does have the energy to make more Tempests, but now he can do it. While there's still any Tempests on the field, you can't make more. I guess what they're trying to avoid is like the actual Golden Armada coming in and having like 30 Tempests and then just ruining everybody's life. But sometimes, if you're really skilled or lucky, or unlucky, and I guess if you want to look at it that way, you can have just one Tempest with 1 health remaining, and you just kind of lag out. And can't do it. Farshad Druid trying to protect, because you do want to make sure that you maintain this tower. It's getting stormed. But the red team has to go back without taking out the tower, because you do want to maintain it. So while nobody's about to die, let's talk about the 2 ways of winning. Number 1, killing all the dudes. Number 2, killing all the base. So killing the mothership or command center, whatever you want to call them. So when they start off, we got let's say 10 armor, which stays, shields, and laser beam, which does at 100 damage at range of 20, and shoots the tiny ships. Yes, shoots the everybody else. The devastator missiles doing 250 at that. That is the damage that it takes against what's it called? Capital ships. So essentially, it's doing 100 damage versus these guys, and 250 if against capital ships. And you lose that when you lose the tower. You lose a lot of range. You lose a lot of what's it called? You lose the ability to shoot down little ships. So every little tiny ship that comes towards you is a threat. You basically are almost forced to stay inside your base. So I'll show you the difference as soon as Red Dog takes out this this tower, which he certainly can now. He has the health to just sit there and take well upgraded Tempests and upgraded missiles and a tower. He has the energy, but he goes right into a vortex. Ken Mulberry is a little bit overextended as well, and he can't defensive matrix himself. Will he be taken out by the combination? I think he blacked out the interceptors. He blacked out the interceptors so they couldn't attack him. That was a fantastic move. Boing! We have Ghettoissy kind of going in there and saying, all the glory is mine. I'm not going to kill him, obviously, because they missed. But it looked cool. He did like the, ultimate ability, Psionics Shockwave. Does 1,000 damage, but it kind of pushes everybody around you away, friend or foe. We have a nuke going off on Asian Killer. Wasn't able to push them back, even with good decent Tempests. We have a good game for everybody. Hope you guys enjoy this. Press like, press subscribe. You're in StarCraft Star Battle all the time.